Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Sunday the 9th of May 2021. Today is Stats Sunday. It's the Sunday after the game where we got absolutely bashed. And we're going to look at the statistics behind that and maybe figure out why, if you haven't already figured out what happened yesterday. Here we go. So, this is from experimental361.com. And this is the expected goals over the length of the match. And as you can see, Millwall's first shot on goal came around the 25th minute. And then we were quite busy in the end of the second half after the changes got made. Coventry were absolutely running straight through the middle of us like a hot knife through butter. That's because we were effectively playing two in the middle, but one of those was Ryan Woods, and he cannot run. He is slower than Matt Smith, but Matt Smith's apparently being shown the door because he's not quick. But Rao wants to sign Ryan Woods for an expected vast sum of money. Yeah, I don't think so. The logic doesn't work there, does it? You can't get rid of one player because of lack of quickness and then sign another one. And not only that he wasn't that quick. He was basically mispassing the ball constantly. Yeah, and the situation was known because the little when we started to attack more and get more shots on, you can see on this line from around the 30th minute. Now what that was Danny McNamara was pushed into the middle more and more and more. Jed Wallace was kind of gone out wide on the right as playing more as a traditional right winger, because they knew there was a problem in the middle of the park. So they knew there was a problem. They fixed the problem temporarily, and things improved. And we started to attack more. And then we got a bit of bad luck with the goal just before half time. And that kind of really probably killed the game. We could have won in a half time at 1-0. May have done better, but I don't think so, because at half time 3 changes were made and none of them was taking Ryan Woods off. Kefton Bell come on, and when he come on, even though he was running about more than Ryan Woods, he actually continued. It wasn't that he was passing the ball, but it was being intercepted, because the Coventry team are full of like 22 and 23 year olds. They were just running and running and running, and they just anticipated, oh, he's going to pass the ball here, I'll just run there, and they intercepted it time and time again, from both Keith and Belden and Woods and Mitchell as well. And Mitchell was getting caught on the ball. He's trying to take more touches than he could, because the Coventry players were just on him straight away. That was happening all throughout the game. So the temporary measure of putting Danny McNamara in the middle of the park kind of worked, but then when Rowett actually made the changes to try and fix the problem that he knew about, because he put McNamara in the middle, then it just completely fell apart. So he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He knew there was a problem, and when he actually made the substitutions to fix it, it got worse. It didn't get better, it got worse. He didn't take Ryan Woods off. Yeah, it's just, you've got centre back, you've got Hayden Muller on the bench, but instead of playing Hayden Muller, you're playing Marlon Romeo as a centre back. You can see the second half is just bad for Millwall. Even though we did score a goal, that doesn't show. The reason why that doesn't show on XG is because it wasn't a shot by Millwall; it was a cross by Scott Malone, which got deflected into the net. So that was a freebie technically. That wasn't a Millwall shot. That wasn't a Millwall chance. So there's no bump in expected goals there. And we actually matched our expected goals. We got 1 goal, and that was at our XP is 1.0. You can see here. Coventry's is 3.5. And in the second half, they just went rampant because the changes Rout made were just absolute dog shit. Just complete nonsense. It looks, if you see all the bunts here, it looks like we had 4 shots on 4 shots in the second half, and Coventry just had probably double that, and they scored 4 goals. They just went on a crazy spree. Yeah, just a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Moving on now to, this is infogol.net. They give the expected goals slightly different. They give, if you look in the middle, 3.18 to Coventry, 0.71 to Millwall. Yep, so you can see the changes that were made there. Bennett came off for Conor Mahoney. McNamara came off for Kifthenbeld to put someone in the middle, even though McNamara played better in the middle than Kifthenbeld did when he came on. I like Kifthenbeld, and he was a bit unlucky with the one on the line, because I think they could have got a foul for that, because the player was holding on to him and dragged him down as when he was literally protecting Bart as the player was trying to crowd him. The referee didn't give it, so. And Billy Mitchell came off as well for Sean Williams, and Sean Williams as well. So you've got 3 kind of slowish midfielders in the middle there. Kifthenbeld. He's not that slow, but he's not a spring chicken. I think is he like 29 or 30. Sean Williams is like 34, 35, isn't he? Yeah, and then you've got Ryan Woods there who can't run. But if you go and look at the highlights, you see Ryan Woods just did some weird thing. For their first goal, he's like trotting back, doing some weird running motion, and he bobs his head twice as the Coventry player goes to shoot. I don't know what the hell that is. He bobs his head like a chicken, like visibly. I don't know if he's like speaking to him, like trying to put him off, saying, "Oh, you're gonna miss it, you're gonna miss it, you're gonna miss it." But he's bobbing his head. It's really weird to see that. I don't know why, but Ryan Woods did come off, but in the 77th minute, it's too late because the damage is done then. And the card he got there, he got the card in 69th minute. He literally mispassed the ball to go straight to the Coventry player, about 5 yards in front of him. It wasn't intercepted. He literally just played it straight to him, and then he lunged in at him because he's trying to get the ball back, and he got the yellow card. I cannot understand why Ryan Woods was not one of these 3 players at half time who came off. But you're taking Danny McNamara, who played well, even though he's playing in the middle. Moved him into the middle to cover for Ryan Woods. He's played well there, and then they take him off. Ah, oh, fuck off, Rowett. Jesus fucking Christ. This just complete fucking bullshit. These weird substitutions that don't fucking work. And if they do work, it's because the players figure out amongst themselves and sort it out. It's got nothing to do with fucking Rowett doing anything. Let's have a look at the ratings for the players. So Coventry, oh look at that. Look at the two players there for Coventry. 2 players for Coventry with 9 out of 10 rating. 9.92 for Hoer. James 9.26. Let's have a look at Millwall. We got any? I would say probably Scott Malone was decent. Jed Wallace kind of alright. First half he was a bit shit. because of the position he was playing, which was like in the inside right. And then when they moved him out to the wing, he played a lot better. Yeah, it's just Bradshaw done alright. Bennett, I don't know if Bennett did, or he's trying to do some things, but they didn't work out for him. So he was trying, but didn't really work out for him. So you can see the ratings there. They give the lowest ratings to Woods and Evans. Yep, I probably agree with that. Romeo, McNamara, and Malone they give low ratings to as well. And then Romeo. So that's Mitchell. Nah, okay. The subs. So Sean Williams come on. 5.95. It's better than some of the ones who started, but the other subs pretty much not any better at all than the players they replaced. So let's have a look at the stats now, number terms. So 57% percentage for Coventry, 43 for Millwall. Attempts on target 10-0. Yikes! I didn't realise it was that bad, but thinking back, yeah, because Bradshaw hit the post, and then the goal came from a cross, and it wasn't a shot on target. So we didn't have a single shot on target, not even a P roller to the keeper. Attempts off target 5-6. Block shots 6-6. Goalkeeper saves 0. Coventry 5 for Millwall. Total passes 482 to 383. Completed passes 385 to 287. Corners 10-8. Yeah, we got done on a couple of corners. Yeah, which is not usual for us. To be outdone on corners. We usually get done on the free kicks, silly free kicks that we give away just in front of the area. But so offsides 2-1, fouls 7-10, yellow cards 1-3, and there you have it. Let's have a look at the map. So the map of expected goals. So expected goals charted on the pitch where they occurred. Look at that for Coventry. Look at that, really getting in there. So you've got things, is that the players dropping too deep and Bart not commanding the box? I don't know. But look at that, it's a spread there. But you see, even though they've had chances in the area, even on the 6-yard line, they had a chance, but it's a really small one. So they're chipping away and getting chances off. Even though it's a low percentage chance, they're trying. But the 3 really big ones, spot on goals. The next biggest one here, right? I think that was the corner. That was the last goal. So the corner, this one here was probably the corner where they dragged down Kifton. That should have been a free kick. Yeah. So that's Coventry. So let's have a look. First half. Yeah, first half 2 goals, but 1 from near the penalty spot and 1 from outside the area. So second half, bang. A lot worse in the second half. A lot worse. So let's have a look at Millwall. Millwall's attempts. This is overall. So you can see we've just seen that we didn't have a shot on target in the whole game. So see where they come from. Just no clear-cut chances at all. Just scraps. And the second half was worse than the first. Second half was worse than the first. After Rowett made the changes that didn't improve anything, it was worse than the first. At both ends. The second half was worse than the first. After Rowett made 3 changes that made absolutely no fucking sense. Even the geezer doing the commentary said, I don't really understand these substitutions. Fairness rating 92.93. That means out of 100, was this a fair result based on the shots given and received, and they say yeah, 92%. So we deserve that, and that was history. I don't know if you see yesterday's video, but I put up a little thing from a website called 11v11.com of all the results from between Millwall and Coventry, and that was our worst result ever in our history, away at Coventry, even though it was in Birmingham, but you know what I mean. That was our worst result, 6-1. Before that we had 5-0 and I think a 5-1, and that was from 1935 and 1955. So there you go. Worst result in, what was that, 70 years? Worst result away at Coventry in 70 years. But the thing is, looking through the other results, we often, Millwall Coventry games, they're high scoring and someone usually gets bashed. I mean, we beat them 9-1. I think that's still our record score ever. As well as the game against Torquay, I think we won that 9-1 as well. So this is a fixture where either one team gets a hiding, and it's usually the away team. So it's not unusual. So let's move on now to a bit more detail. This is from whoscored.com. Here we go. Match summary. Coventry created a high number of chances relative to their possession, were effective creating goal scoring opportunities from the flanks and from set pieces, were strong at finishing. Coventry committed a high number of individual errors. They attacked through the middle because we didn't have anyone down the fucking middle. And Coventry had a higher shot frequency when in possession. Millwall's strengths were effective creating goal scoring opportunities from the flanks, were aggressive, what is a weakness. And we attacked down the left hand side, had a high shot frequency when in possession. Yep, that's because our only decent player was Scott Malone, even though the previous website Infogol.net did not seem to think so and gave him a low mark. But you can see here, look at his top 5 players are all Coventry players. Let's have a look at this. So attempts 21-13, open play 16-7, set piece 5-5. We got an own goal. You can see here, so our strike conversion from us of 7%, which is about our usual. It's usually that poor. And for them 28%, which is but they had, look how high number of chances they had. Here we go. We were going down our left hand side and they were going down their right hand side. It's basically the same side. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. So this is the positions of the players. You can see yet again, I've pointed this out before, the attacking players crowding around in the middle to exploit the slowness and the gaps caused by Ryan Woods. And here they are, look, they're literally playing on top of each other. 26 and whoever that is there underneath him. There's 2 there on each other. 25 and 11, all playing rings around Ryan Woods and that central defender who's dropping deeper. Whoever that is, that's George Evans. This has happened time and time again. If you go back through previous stats videos, I've pointed this out, that this is happening. So Rowett knows this is happening. He's put basically 2 in the middle, because you've got Bennett. Literally, look at where Bennett's average position is, the 45 minutes he was on the pitch. Basically playing up front on his own. Wallace is also in the middle, more or less. Bradshaw's deeper than that. So who's in the middle? Look how Billy Mitchell playing up, Ryan Woods playing deep. So there's a massive gap here. Massive gap between 1923, that's McNamara, Romeo McNamara and Woods. That massive gap. And that's where they were getting in. And that's why they knew that was happening, because it was happening time and time again. They pushed McNamara in the middle to fill that gap. But when he made the changes at half time, he didn't take Ryan Woods off. He didn't switch to a 4-4-2. Didn't even switch to a 4-5-1. Do something. Do something. Just switching out the players and keeping the same fucking useless player who ain't running around, who's passing the ball constantly to the opposition, but then you take him off after he's been booked. Oh, fuck off. And here we go. So let's move on now to the graphic. You can see here, if you look at the top where the club badges are, the average rating for Coventry players is 7.17. That includes substitutes, I believe. For Millwall, it's 6.16. So that's a whole point better. That's 10% because it's out of 10. It's 10%. Coventry team were 10% better than we were. Total. And yet they give yet again James is the man of the match, 9.0. And then you got O'Hare and Shipley, who are running rings around Woods, 8.6, 8.4. So in this one they actually give low rating to Bennett. Yeah, the lowest even of the substitutes is Mason Bennett. Well, he was trying some things, but they weren't working out. But he was literally playing isolated on his own up front, even though they got him listed here as playing in the middle. He wasn't. This formation is totally wrong the way they've set it up here. It was more like 3-4-3, and Wallace was on the right hand side. Bradshaw was down the middle, and Mason Bennett was up front. There's massive gaps in the middle of the pitch. What's the point of pushing Bennett and Wallace up front if no one is in the middle getting their foot on the ball to play it forward to them? What is the point in that? So we've got low ratings as well for Woods, McNamara, Romeo, Evans. Yeah, again, two best players. They give for Millwall, Scott Malone 7.1, Jad Wallace 7.2. And we've got Bradshaw in the woodwork and Kefton Bell getting a clearance off the line. Although I think that's the one where they end up, that was the corner where they dragged him down. And he didn't really clear it that far because they just whacked it in straight away. So total shots completely outdone. Almost double, 21-12. Look at that. Damn. So their actual striker only got one shot. The players behind them got more, 5, 3 and 3. For us it was Bradshaw. Cooper had more shots than most players, 2. And Bennett with 3. So should Bennett have been dragged off? Don't know. He was trying some things. He got some shots away. He got 3 shots away, but none of them were on target. No one apparently had a shot on target. So possession 55-45, and so yeah, you can see he was playing the strikers. Mason Bennett only had 1.6 in match possession, although he was only on for 45 minutes on the pitch. So you've got to think about that. So yeah, again, Malone having most of the time on the ball, and then Cooper, and then Romeo, and then Evans and Woods, and Wallace as well, of course. Pass success. I can't believe that's that high for Ryan Woods, 86. Maybe that's bumped up by all the sideways passing he was doing, but I can't believe it was that high. He gave the ball away so often, so often. I cannot believe that. That is unbelievable. But you've got Bennett 85, quite high as well. Romeo 88. Yeah, McNamara quite low. Bradshaw, Biakowski as well. Moving on, dribbles 7-12. So you can see there, Wallace, Malone, Romeo, and Woods. Aerials 1. Oh, so we actually did all the winning all the aerial duels, but it's just on the floor we were getting outrun. And you can see here just the back three for Coventry were just winning aerials. No other player on the team of Coventry won a single aerial. maybe that's the kind of match where Matt Smith would have been okay to play. If, you know what I mean? Well, even though he's injured, isn't he? But you ain't got a target man, and you're playing a team that can't win a header, apart from the three centre backs. And then if you got Cooper, Hutchinson, Murray Wallace, and Matt Smith on, you got a chance of getting a header towards goal there, no? So we've got Cooper winning 10 aerials, outstanding. Tackles, we actually have more tackles than them. Evans, Malone, but look, no one in the middle. This has won a single fucking tackle. Only Kefton Bell when he come on, and Williams when he come on. No one else, not a single tackle was made and won. How can you play with a midfield like that? How can you play with a fucking midfield that can't tackle? Corners 10-8. James has taken all theirs, and he actually got 2 assists. He was pretty decent from the corners. The corner routines were working out for them. Dispossessed 7-6, so that means actually having the ball taken off of them. Bennett, Mitchell, and Evans, Thompson when he come on. So there you go. Let's finish up by just having a quick look through the stats that we've just seen, just in a little bit more detail. If you can see, you look at the players here for Coventry, you can see them, the ages that are there, the 20, 23, 23, 23. Matty James is 29. Carl McFadson's 34. But all the other players are like in their low 20s, 20, 25, 20, 23, 24, 22. You know what I mean? Yeah. There you go. They were quick and young, and they wanted it more. So let's have a look at this. So rating, we've already seen Jed Wallace number 1. Massive drop off. So Mason Bennett, the lowest of the low, 5.73. Well, he did have quite a few shots free, but none of them were on target. Damn. So he was outperformed by every single substitute. Even Tyler Burry came on, didn't really do anything and looked at fault for the goal from the corner. Just like a lazy header, and they got in the way of Marlon Romeo and led to the goal. So touches, who had the most touches? Scott Malone, and then quite a big drop off to Jed Wallace, and then it just goes down and down until after Sean Williams it drops off quite a lot. So Sean Williams comes on half time, has 37 touches of the ball, which is a fair amount. Fair amount at all, isn't it? Okay. So let's have a look at this. So like we've seen, so all these players had shots. We had 7 different players having shots, and not a one on target. Not a one on target. Okay. Moving on, offensive. So dispossessed of the ball, Sean Williams twice, and then 4 other players. Unscheduled touches, that's poor ball control. McNamara, Jed Wallace, and then all of these players. So what happened to Ryan Woods' misplaced passing now? I don't understand why that isn't showing up there. Okay, let's move on to defensive. Total tackles, George Evans 5, Malone 4, and then only 3 other players like we've seen. Interceptions 2, 2, 2, and 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So 7 players having interceptions. Okay, let's go up and have a look at that. Coventry, see if that's showing up. You know, Ryan Wood's fucking misplaced passing stats. So, not really, just 3 for Michael Rose. Okay. Never mind. Clearances. 6 for Jake Cooper. Wow, look at all these clearances. Busy defence, huh? Really busy defence clearing the ball away. Damn. Still ended up losing 6-1. Block shots. 5 different players having blocked shots. Fouls. Okay. Let's have a look at the passing. So who had the most passes? Jake Cooper, Malone, Romeo, Jed Wallace, George Evans, Ryan Woods. I can't believe that's so high. 86.1 pass accuracy from Ryan Woods. I cannot believe that. Cannot believe that. You can see for all the other players, like McNamara 60. Damn. Malone 71, Jay Cooper 70. So they had the most passes, they want the most accurate. Sean Williams 71. Keefton Bell, let's see if that shows up for him, because he wasn't that good when he came on. 75. Bradshaw 58. Nearly as bad as Bart with his long kicking. So Bart's long kicking, when he hasn't got someone tall to aim for, his passing stats are in the gutter. So crosses, I think this includes corners and that. So 11 to 5. 11 crosses, only 5 accurateness. Just under half. Oh, Scott Malone 4 and 1. Mahoney as well 4 and 1. So not only could we not get a shot on target, couldn't get a cross on target. And we've only had 5 players crossing. Only 5. Damn. Okay. So same with long balls, inaccurate long balls. This includes Bart's goal kicks. He's always at the top there with the long balls. 10 and 4, 40%, not good. 7 and 3 for George Evans, 6 and 3 for Cooper, 5 and 5 for Ryan Woods. So he was all right on the long balls. It was just the so it seems he was all right on the long balls, and on the really short balls, just on the mid-range balls, he was just pissing it away. 4 and 2, 4 and 1, 3 and 3, 3 and 2. So Danny McNamara 2 and 0. Again, poor passing there from Danny McNamara. Not looking good. Kifton Bell 2 and 2. Not bad. Yeah. So that's the stats behind our defeat yesterday at Coventry City. Our historic, worst ever 6-1 defeat away at Coventry. Is it? Could it be a good thing? Is it like a wake-up call? Because we had a really good result against Bristol City, but Bristol City were fucking dog shit. And everyone was crowing. Bart was slagging off Bristol City in the press. And it's come back to bite him. If we would have just sailed through the Coventry game, maybe got a draw. Maybe it would have been like, maybe we wouldn't have known the dangers that exist going into the next season. But to be completely and utterly ripped apart like that, maybe it's set a few alarm bells ringing. Maybe it's woken a few people up, and maybe it bodes well for next season, in that certain actions will be taken or will not be taken, and something's done about the way we play. Yeah, maybe it's a good thing, so don't feel so bad. Maybe these things happen for a reason, and the reason is to show everyone that we ain't that fucking good. Still need to sort some shit out. Otherwise, it could go bandy very, very quickly. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.